Domain names are assets. Hey, Chris Zuiker with Media Options, help people to acquire the raw unfiltered version of their brand. Work on some of the best domains on the planet, so check it out at MediaOptions.com. But this, domain names are assets. There was a recent announcement by Russell Brunson in one of his podcasts, maybe been like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I'll put a link down below, where he was talking about how he acquired the domain mastermind.com. And they originally wanted $1 million for it. He bought it for $600,000 or about that amount. And he bought it for Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. They're forming a new mastermind company. Looks pretty neat. Looks like it's going to revolutionize education. Check it out, mastermind.com. No affiliation, but love the domain. But once again, it just shows that domains are assets, right? I mean, why can a guy like Russell Brunson put down $600,000 and he gifted this? He gave this away to Tony Robbins and Dean. Okay, he ended up getting equity in the company, but why would he feel confident doing that? He feels confident in doing that because he's built businesses up and he realizes that domain names are assets. And it's interesting in this business, I've started to kind of formulate a new opinion on the journey that a startup goes from like the hustler, the beginning stages, to realizing, hey, we're building a global empire, an elite brand, this legacy. And part of this journey is acquiring their domain name. And because they go from like seeing the domain as an expense at first to seeing it as an asset, okay? So just keeping along these same lines here of domain assets versus expenses. Most founders, when you approach them and they're in a like expense kind of direct response commodity thought, they view it as an expense. Well, hey, I could take that money and I could spend that money, that $600,000 over here, maybe hiring 5 people, maybe, getting an office, maybe getting like furniture for my office, all these things I can do. Maybe it's for marketing. This transformation, though, they see, well, hi, I can put this and I can build this foundation for my company. I can own my message, okay? So they go from, it's okay to have these multiple brands out there, all with the same keyword, all kind of vying for the same brand, to saying, hey, I have to be the only one that controls this brand in the simplest and like most effortless way possible. That's why an entrepreneur like Russell would spend $600,000 to buy and acquire mastermind.com. Now, hey, there may have been some other things in there. Maybe the price is higher. That's just kind of what he shared. It wasn't like a rough number. It was like, it was about 600,000 or so. I'm sure if the guy was pretty good, he worked his way in like lifetime mastermind or something. That's what I would have done, right? Really leverage that puppy to get as much value as you can out of Russell, because I think he's brilliant. Now, part of this as an asset is there's an aftermarket for the domain names. There's an aftermarket. They can be bought and resold. So it's not that you're losing your money. Listen, if if it goes bad, and this has happened before, I sold a domain name once, and it was a direct keyword. It was parent.com. We sold it to the entrepreneur. He was on a parent.co. They bought it because they wanted to, the business they realized, hey, they're losing traffic, emails, all the 7 dimensions that I talk about. But his business didn't work, okay? He ended up going under, but guess what? He sold that and he made his money back. And I know that because it was on the back end. I didn't sell it the next step, but we had some bids in there to buy it. So I know that he resold it and he got his money. That's just one example, okay? Go to any of the blogs and you'll see many, many examples of domains being bought and resold, okay? Doesn't always happen. Okay? I talk about how it's the biggest risk that a brand can have, because when they are gone, they're gone forever, okay? Typically, they are gone forever. They become brands, they become assets. And I can guarantee you that Mastermind is going to be worth more than $600,000 when Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi breathe life into their company. It's going to have a thing we call brand equity, and brand equity is this intangible aspect of what trust is, of what leadership is, of what loyalty is, and in the end is like this preeminence and keeps people coming back to buying your product. Or in this case, creates like this tribe that people can rally around. They know they're rallying around the best possible version of what they're creating, because it's the most simplistic, possible. It's the simplistic possible path. Okay, that's it. Domain names are assets. Think about it as an asset. Look at serial entrepreneurs. think about the journey of the entrepreneur and how they go from realizing it's an expense to realizing that it's a financial aspect for their brand. And just keep that in mind next time you're looking for a brand for your domain name for your brand. Anyways, I'm going long. Hope you enjoyed that. If you found any value, share it up and reach out to me with any questions on domain names, values. Love to help you.